Hey guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I am doing a review of a gorgeous deck. This is Tarot of the Cradle by Shefali Rathore, and I received this for review, but I wanted to take a look at it first before, I ever accept anything for review, and just the concept behind it and the images that I saw, I was like, yeah, girl, go ahead and send that to me. So this is made in India. Which, by the way, I want to note that, I know a lot of deck creators often go, see if they can get like not mass production, but like a large quantity of decks. If you're going to be going that route, a lot of people go to China. But there are a lot of fantastic resources in India. And one of my friends, she is kind of with like an AMA group, and they're always trying to direct people to many of the small businesses and groups out there in India who are willing to create some gorgeous decks, for you guys. So if you are an independent deck creator and you are looking for a place to print your decks, definitely check out some of the resources in India. Okay, so we have this massive box, by the way. It's gorgeous, full of color, and there's this wonderful little bit of words in here for you guys from the Cradle, and I'll explain who they are in just a moment. But again, gorgeous, beautiful presentation. It came like with a bunch of like colorful little paper and everything. It was like getting a birthday present in the mail. Okay, so the guidebook, what can I say? It's a proper book, you guys. And I do not have the cards in here just because the box is quite large. So I have them in a little pouch here. And this is a pouch that I got for Christmas from James's mom. So I'll show the cards in just a moment. But there's also a little paper that comes with your deck of cards that Shefali has printed out while she was channeling the Cradle, and she'll address it to you. And so the Cradle, let's go over that. It's a group of high vibe beings, like fifth dimensional on up. And they're just here to get their messages channeled so that they can help to raise the vibration of the people here on earth, help to raise our consciousness, and I'm all for that. So I was like, heck yeah. I read through this ginormous book. It's fascinating. So I definitely encourage you guys, even if you don't read, like you don't use the guidebooks in your readings, I think that it's really worth taking a look at this. Okay, so as you can see, there's a ton of stuff on the table of contents. But it talks about the Cradle here, the God, Mother, Father, and basically God is just their name for like source energy, like where they're all from. The reason they say Mother, Father is because they say they're a balance of the two. They're duality. They're neither male nor female. They don't have gender. So it's more like a masculine, feminine. And that's what they're kind of here to do, is to help balance out our energies here on earth, make sure that we have a balance within our lives and thusly within the planet. So it's really interesting. And then just talks about, how you could use tarot as a tool. And then let's see. Okay, so yeah, here they are. Okay, a tarot deck. This is not your Rider-Waite-Smith, nor is it Marseille, nor is it a system that I think any of us are familiar with. But I do think that it is fabulous, it's beautiful, and I love the way it's laid out. So there's 44 law cards in the Major Arcana. So instead of having 22 cards in your Major Arcana, there are 44. And so the Cradle has come up with some simple laws that they have found just kind of what our planet is based on. And so we have these laws laid out here. And then from these 44 laws, they selected 4 laws for the minor arcana. These would be like your suits that they think are kind of the most, not really the most important, but the most used. So we have creation, incarnation, karma, and resistance. 4 areas of our lives that we can really work on so that we can transform our lives, so that we can release our shadows and our blocks and create a beautiful life for ourselves. Within each of these suits, there are creation cards. Oh, sorry, there are, how many cards are there in here? There's 11 cards. Okay, so in creation, you have all of these areas within the theme of creation. Within the theme of incarnation, which was the other suit, you have all of these areas, and the same for karma, and the same for protection, or for resistance. Under protection, what that means is like an area where maybe karmically or contractually before you incarnated here on earth, maybe you were coming in with a great way to make money or abundance, but maybe not so well when it comes to relationships. So that could be karmic, it could be childhood trauma, whatever it may be. So when you pull and do a spread and you pull a card that says full protection in a particular area, meaning you're pretty well balanced in that area. Half protection, meaning half balance. Less protection, meaning that's an area that probably needs work, and no protection means it's totally out of whack. Let's align those chakras. Let's align your life. Let's find out what's creating this heavy imbalance in your life. So I find this to be really interesting. Okay, so then it goes over like how all the laws work, and what is protection, which I was just talking about. And then there's a ton of spreads in here that you guys can do. So always give one of the spreads a shot that the creator makes. And then suggestions on how you could use the deck, but the Cradle and Shefali herself suggest that you follow your intuition. Go with what your higher self is saying, because how else are you supposed to raise your vibration and transform if you're not following your guidance? So, okay, again, there's more spreads here. And then it goes into the laws, and you can read up on each of those. And, so there's a keyword here, and like a little phrase and an image, on the card. But if you're not, maybe getting enough from it, go ahead and look in the guidebook, and there's a lot of information surrounding that, and also it goes into what's going on in the image as well. If you are someone who reads reversals, you might want to take a gander at the reversal section as well. So it has that for all of the cards. La-ti-da. And then you have a little bit about your author and illustrator. So this is Shefali, and a little bit about her. So there you go. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the deck. Actually, let's put this back in here, and we'll go just like that. Okay, so these are some big cards, you guys. Mega cards. All right. Okay, so these are rather large cards. And I have my Macabre Tarot, which is a traditional tarot size card, and I just want to put it up against this card so you can take a gander at the size of each of these cards in the Tarot of the Cradle. So you can see it's a little bit taller, but it's a lot wider. It's not so tall that I can't shuffle it sideways, but it's kind of bending the cards a little bit, so I'm doing top shuffle with this deck. So I don't have giant hands. I'm just kind of got some normal size hands, but I maybe suggest a top shuffle with this deck. Also, it does have a rather glossy finish, and these cards are thick, you guys. So definitely going to do that top shuffle. You can also do a wash shuffle if you want, but yeah. I also love that it does have this laminating, because I took it out on some of my hikes, and if they do fall in the dirt, I know they're not really going to get ruined or damaged, or if they get a drop of water on them, I know that they're going to be okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at Tarot of the Cradle. Okay, here we are. So you can see that they are brightly colored. So beautiful. So you have the different laws here, but you also have a little sentence down at the bottom to kind of help you out. That is the most adorable little frog ever. But for me, the colors, what's being said here, it hits my intuition all over the place. It's like I can tell a story about each card. And those of you that like the thick cardstock, this is your jam. I'm going to do a little reading at the end of this review. So, well, first of all, hopefully the reading connects with you, but also I want you to see how it shuffles, at least how I shuffle it and how I read with it. I think it's really good to give people an example of that. But anyway, so Shefali says that she is using like different types of mediums to create her art. So sometimes it's with found objects, it's with watercolor, it's with marker, it's, you know, all kinds of different things, different paints, different textures. And so when I see these images, they're simple, yet, I don't know, the colors, man, because, you know, I love color magic. I'm a very visual person. And the colors mean a lot to me. Those of you that watch Sammy Menzo's channel, you know that she like hears and smells and sees things in color, you know, and she interprets color maybe a lot differently than many of us. I know there are others that feel color the way she does. And to me, that's kind of what I get from this deck. Whoops, I must have put this in upside down. But yeah, something is felt through these colors, through these very simple images. They're very youthful, very sweet. I do feel that the messages that come through are for my best and highest good. I got crazy with the deck one night, so some of the images are upside down. I do feel that so far it's been pretty straightforward, but it, you know, like let's say I have a difficult message to hear. It's straightforward. I understand the message, but it doesn't leave you hanging. It's not like boom, there you go, mic drop. It's it's more like, okay, here's the message. It's difficult, but here are some steps that you can take in order to, you know, have the outcome that you prefer, or to get out of this, or to release this block, or, you know, whatever it may be. And I truly do like the idea of having all these different laws, like the, you know, the 44 major arcana laws, and then the 4 interesting, you know, suits that were created because of the 44 laws. And all the different themes that are within each of those suits. I think that it's unique. I don't feel like you have to sit down and like study it and, you know, like you have to read it a particular way. You know, it even says in the guidebook, like, read it your way. You could use their suggestions, of course, when it comes to reading with this deck, looking at it like major arcana, minor arcana. But like the book says, this is not a Rider-Waite-Smith. This is not a system that's out there. This is its own system. So for me, it's tarot in that it's a system, but it's oracle in that I really get to just kind of dive in and let my intuition take over, which I guess is what I do with tarot, but it's kind of a mix of my intuition and my knowledge of a particular system, tarot system. Oh man, I can't wait to do a reading with this for you guys. So I haven't used this yet for my client readings, but I have been using it a ton for some personal readings, for some journaling that I've done, for cards of the day. Whoops, that one got stuck there. What is this one? This is Karma, Sweetness. Be sweet, attract sweetness. All right, so maybe that message was stuck on there for one of you guys. Again, those of you who are lovers of color, you are going to love this deck. I'm going to have a little sip of tea. Excuse me. Some lovely tea today, by the way. This is my pineapple and mango green tea. that my best friend gave me. From Belgium with love. Although I think the T is from the Ukraine, but still, from Belgium with love. Love you, Steph. Ooh, actually, you know what? I need to do a reading for my best friend with this deck. She's gonna love this. She's my cosmic sis. She knows we're like samesies when it comes to color. You know, I also feel, because of the color and the gentleness of this deck, that if you were looking for something for a younger person in the family, maybe starting them off with a deck of cards, you might want to take a look at this deck. And it's pretty reasonably priced, by the way, you know, for it coming all the way from India. I'll put Shafali's link down below for you guys. Lot of anger. I like the doodling under the creation suit. Ooh, this one's been coming up. And that's it. All right, you guys. So I said I would do a reading at the very end. Let's go ahead and do that reading. So I'm going to do a little top shuffle. I'll pull 3 cards. Hopefully this connects with you, but I also want you to see how I read with this deck. All right, we got card 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's put that there. And let's see. All right, we have karma, praise everyone wholeheartedly. I have law of tranquility, peace shall prevail in your life. Move this over so you guys can see. And then we have the law of contentment, feel contented to get more. So we have 2 law cards. So these would be your major arcana. We have karma, so that's one of the suits in the minor arcana, and praise. Praise is one of the themes of the suit of karma. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. If you guys get something else out of this reading, definitely put that in the comment section down below, so that we can expand upon the reading and other people can get some lovely messages out there. Okay, so give me just a moment while I dive into this. Oh, okay. So right away, okay, by the way, this deck just like, boom, always hits me. So when it comes to how content we feel in our lives, it's really what's going on the inside. If we have a hole that we feel we need to fill, like we have some money issues, or we have issues with friendships or feeling loved, and we try to fill it with things, it'll never get filled, because there is that need to heal. We need to heal those ties to money equaling our self-worth. We need to heal how we feel about ourselves based on the opinions of others. You know, we need to heal those things. And when we do, we begin to feel more content in the present moment. Thus, you know, the tranquility, the contentment in the now and what we have now. That doesn't mean that we can't want things. It doesn't mean that we can't look to the future every now and then, but we can't live our lives in the future in order to feel good right now. We can't, you know, put all of our stock into one thing and say, if we get that one thing, I'll finally feel better. No, all the work begins on the inside. So that contentment and that tranquility goes on the inside. So here with the karma and the praise, I don't see this so much as praising others, which you probably already do, and that's fantastic, but we have to learn to remember to praise ourselves, and the karmic ties that come along with praising oneself. So maybe it's not praising oneself when it comes to feeling abundant. Maybe you don't praise yourself when it comes to your feelings of adequacy or feeling whole. So this is just a reminder that this is a fabulous time, especially because we just had the full moon yesterday. I mean, this is, I think, Sunday when you guys are going to get this video, but for me, the full moon was yesterday because today's Tuesday. We're going into a releasing phase. This is a fabulous time to release, you guys, especially because 2022, dude, this is the year we're going to be attracting some things. So we want to make sure that the things we attract are things that we actually want and need and are going to be for our best and highest good. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed the review of Tarot of the Cradle by Shefali Rathore. Again, I thoroughly enjoyed reviewing this deck. I will put all the information down below if you are interested in the deck, but I love putting the artwork out there. I love art. I love the different tarot systems that are out there, all the different decks and ideas, and I especially love deck creators and showing off what they have created and putting that magic out there and helping them to put that magic out there. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you got more out of this reading, put that down below. Let me know if you're maybe interested in this deck, or maybe you have heard about this deck. Let me know. And yeah, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe. Don't forget to click that ding 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 notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittensweightsandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. I also have my Wally's World Oracle and a lot of other goodies that I make. All of my other links are down below for newsletter, Patreon, Leo Mystery School, Desert Cauldron, all that good stuff. And that's it for me, spiritual homies. I will catch you later. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.